The first time I hit that wall, I got that slap in the face. You're an entrepreneur now. We ran out of cash. And my partner and I are like, Sagi, we don't have money coming in this month.
Your dream is over.
Dream is over. I felt like a letdown for my family. I felt like a letdown for my partner. And then I just broke down and started crying. That's when I decided that I'm going to reach out to people that I know that can maybe help me and coach me. I knew it was my last chance. I followed my guts ruthlessly. So that decision changed my life. I've built a 7-figure business. The first time I really kind of hit that wall, I guess, or like I got that slap in the face. You're an entrepreneur now. Was after I already left SimilarWeb and I was working on my blog, and we ran out of cash. And my partner and I are like, Sagi, we don't have money coming in this month. So I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, we don't have we, we got to pay this and we got to pay that, and we have these expenses, and so, and I was even letting my partner handle the finances. And like, what kind of entrepreneur is that, right? Like, and so and I thought we were all good, but we weren't. And so we got into a period of 6 months where we didn't pull a dime from our own company. And I was already father of two, and it was very hard to make ends meet. I took a loan. I wasted the entire loan in 3 months. I got into an overdraft in the bank that I was never in such an overdraft in my life. Like, the numbers were so big, it was like above my salary. And then I remember, and that's like the moment where it hit me. I was like, I was outside, like walking my dog at night.
Your dream is over.
Dream is over. I felt like a letdown for my family. I felt like a letdown for my partner. I felt like a letdown for the community of our blog and podcast, and I felt like a letdown for myself in this world. And I was all alone. Like, it wasn't just me. Like, nobody's got you when you're down. It's only you. It was the first time it hit me, and then so after a few minutes, crying there like a grown adult, I was like, okay. I caught myself. I remember this saying to myself, like, Sagi, what the F are you going to do about it? And that's when I decided right then and there that I'm going to reach out to people that I know that can maybe help me and coach me. I didn't really decide on coaching at the time, but that's what happened. I ended up reaching out to this guy that I read his book back then, and he inspired me. And I reached out to him on Messenger, someone from the United States. I was in Israel, and he answered me and on Messenger, and he said, "Look, man, the situation you're describing is like, we can have a chat or whatever, but I can also just coach you and help you." I was like, okay, fine. At the end of the process, I ended up flying him over to Israel with thousands of dollars I didn't have. I was already in debt. I didn't know how I'm going to pay anything. Like, I was like, oh, I'm so deep in debt that I just, like, a couple $1,000, wouldn't really, matter now.
What do you say to yourself in that moment when you decide to do that? What's running through your head? I'm flying this guy over. Why?
I knew it was my last chance to, because what were my options? I mean, I could go on and try to find a job and go back to being an employee. And I knew I just couldn't handle that. It wasn't in my nature. I just couldn't handle that. It would mean giving up on my dreams and paying out the debt as an employee. Like, how much could I earn that I could now, like, pay out a tremendous amount of debt? Meaning, like, I would also pay debt and be an employee for like years and years. I didn't want that. It was my dream. I said, this is my last chance of making it as an entrepreneur in a way. And so I ended up just understanding that's my only chance, and I flew him over.
If you're ready to take your business to the next level, don't miss out on my free Burnout Free Business Guide. It's a simple 7-day plan to help you reset your relationship with your business, improve your mindset, and achieve more while staying balanced. You can download it right now by using the link in the description. What made you confident about taking that risk,
I wasn't.
that leap of faith?
I wasn't. we can get into the story of like, the relationship I had with him was like first time he's directly offered to coach me. I said no, because family members of mine told me like, and like friends, they told me like, no, you can do it on your own. Don't worry. Like all you need to do is like monetize, whatever. Like, and I said, I said to him no, and then he asked for a lot of money, and I was like, he also told me next time you're going to reach out, probably my process will double. He told me that. Um, and then I reached out again, and prices were double, and it was after a few months, and then I flew him out. So it wasn't like the first time I met him back then. It was like the second time I reached out to him. I actually really just expected him to get on an hour call with me and help me out. I didn't expect him to say, I can coach you, now you pay me. Like, I expected for him to just mentor me for like an hour for free and give me some advice. And when he said, like, look, man, I can help you and we can chat, but I can actually coach you, how about you take my offer? And that's when, at that time, I said no once. That was a mistake. Um, and the thing about it is the mistake came from rational decision making. My gut feeling when I talked to him for the first time was get him over here now, start working with this guy. But so the intuition, the gut feeling was that, but I wasn't ruthless with my gut feeling. I was actually, I toned it down and I followed the logic and what people told me. And I said no. This time I followed my guts ruthlessly. And I said, okay, even if it doesn't make sense rationally, on paper, it's the worst decision ever. Fly someone you don't know from the United States with thousands of dollars you don't have. What are the chances that he will help you if you haven't got, if you haven't made it up until now? What possible like advice can he give you that you haven't even thought of yourself? Come on. So that decision changed my life because when I flew him over and we sat down in an office in Tel Aviv, I was still not believing. I was actually sitting on the table in this like meeting room that I hired for like an hour. I was like this. I was like, what have I done? And then I don't know if you know Pat Flynn or JLD, like two amazing podcasters from the United States. On my vision,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down, I'm going to be interviewed on one of the biggest podcasts, like, and I wrote in parentheses, Pat Flynn, JLD.
Yeah, and I've listened to that
Yeah.
podcast
So,
as well.
so like 6 months or it was like 7 months. And then I met both of them in the same room. Like things just
Wow.
happened. I manifested things that I wouldn't even believed are possible for me. My 6 month vision for my finances happened in a month. I wouldn't even thought it would be possible. Like for me, when I understood that this is a thing, like I can get a coach or someone to show me what I didn't know that I didn't know and get such achievements. I got coaching ever since. I have been in coaching groups, in
Do you
one-on-one
think
coaching.
it's what you learned from him, or is it the accountability? I mean,
It's sometimes
what was more
look.
influential on you achieving those
I mean,
goals?
once we understand we want to evolve as humans and productivity is a thing, we understand that we're out there to conquer islands. That's what we are. Where we can just guess it will be there, that island that we're shooting for, and we know we have a long journey until we reach that island. For instance, you're an entrepreneur, you want to build a 7-figure business and whatever. Like, it's an island so far away, you cannot even, but the business will grow to the level that I grow.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. It means the world to me. And if you're looking for more inspiration, check out these 2 videos. I'm sure they'll help you take the next step in your journey to success. Just click on one and enjoy.